A parent abducting their child. Chapter 1. Abducting your children. Child abduction by parent. They take this stuff seriously now. I saw the John Walsh show profiling a parent kidnapper, and the live police patrol show regularly profiles parent kidnappers. If you kidnap your child, you can be charged with felony kidnapping or child endangerment, do time in jail once you get caught, and you usually end up getting caught or giving up because life on the run is no fun. Under the clean hands doctrine, such parents risk losing all access to their children and generally forfeit any future right to claim custody. Up to 100,000 children are abducted by non-custodial parents in America every year, and many get away with it keeping the children until adulthood. Some custodial parents also move away suddenly with the kids without telling the other parent where they are, except for a postal box number as to where the child support checks are to be sent. This is wrong too, because you're denying him his right to legal visitation. The thing about abductions is that they all take planning, and someone besides the parent doing it knows, usually the kids, his or her parents and best friends. If your child is abducted by your ex-spouse, you will probably contact the police, a private detective and a lawyer to find out the procedure on where to find them and how to get them back. Even if your visitation rights are violated, if your kids are not in imminent danger, the law may not do anything. So one lawyer said you have to kidnap them, then move to a new state and adopt new identities. Have custody papers in order and properly filed with the court. Terms of visitation should be as specific as possible. File copies of the custody papers with the children's school, preschool, or child care provider, and specifically tell them who is allowed to pick up the child. Do not interfere with your ex-spouse's legal visitation rights, except in emergencies, and maintain a civil relationship for the sake of the children. Take threats of parental abduction seriously and be alert for sharp changes in the behavior or lifestyle of an ex-spouse. If you have had to obtain restraining orders against an ex-spouse over violation of custody and visitation rights, be sure copies of those are on file with the local police. Keep vital information on an ex-spouse, including social security number, birth date, driver's license number, automobile license number, and description, employer, credit cards, and other financial records. Keep information about your ex-spouse's close relatives and friends and keep on good terms with them, if possible. Some of them may help in case of parental abduction. The only common sense information is that you have to deal with the custodial parent and broker a deal with her to have the kids at least for summer vacation to give her a break anyway. You have to pacify your ex-spouse, especially if she has custody, in order to get something out of her. You have to call a truce, befriend her, show her you understand life from her point of view. If you treat your kids well and they clearly prefer you, by the time they reach 14 or so, they're allowed to make their own decision about who they want to live with. Your best defense is preparation via vital statistics, HT, weight, hair color, etc., handwriting sample, medical history, current photographs, video, and fingerprints of the children, and a new concept, a little silicon chip implanted in the child containing all his or her relevant information. If the child is found at a later date, you can scan him or her to see if it's really them, or a police force could find this to check on the ID of the child. Teach your children their full names, how to use the phone, and how to call you collect from a payphone. Get them to memorize their phone number and practice with them. If your child has been abducted, contact the police and also ask for help from the local district attorney's office. Ask for a felony warrant to be issued. If you can prove that your child has been taken out of the state, ask the FBI at fbi.gov to issue a UFAP, unlawful flight to avoid prosecution, warrant. Contact the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at missingkids.org, 800 The Lost. Contact state and federal parent locator services which deal with child support. If you suspect a friend or relative may be in touch with the abductor, ask the police to issue search warrants for telephone records and mail. Call the police and have a list of your ex-spouse's close friends and relatives ready. Most abductors don't do it in a vacuum. Somebody close to them knows what's going on, like their parents, friends, or a sibling. This may be your best bet for a lead. Beware that abductors often lie about the reasons for the abduction, claiming that the other spouse is either sexually, violently, or emotionally abusing the child. Ren. Don't do anything illegal yourself to try to get the children back, like threaten relatives. By the Parental Kidnapping Prevention Act of 1980, the FBI will intervene in some cases provided you can show that the ex-spouse has kidnapped the children. In any event, the local police are the first ones to contact. As with any criminal case, there has to be evidence to prosecute. If you have money, consider hiring a private detective. Via the Federal Educational Rights and Privacy Act, you can request the child's address to which school records were transferred to. If your spouse has citizenship in another country, contact the passport office in order to deny a passport being issued to your child, but it often won't help because the parent will take the child to his country and get in based on the fact that it's his child. Child abduction by parent to another country. If the spouse took the child to another country, by the Convention on the Civil Aspects of International Child Abduction, the authorities in other countries might be able to help you. Contact the Department of State, state.gov, in Washington for more information. As a last resort, contact a family lawyer and see if they can help you. Department of State, U.S. Children's Issues. Number 4818. Washington, D.C. 20520. 202-736-7000. 202-647-2835. Travel.state.gov. Travel.state.gov/intl child abduction. Travel.state.gov/abduct.html, International Parental Child Abduction. Free Handbook International Parental Child Abductions. Finding Children websites. The Federal Parent Locator Service, FPLS, is a federal program designed to help locate missing parents in child support, child custody, and parental kidnapping cases. Run by the Office of Child Support Enforcement, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, it searches down deadbeat dads and moms and investigates parental kidnappings. Federal Parent Locator Service, FPLS. 202-724-1444. acf.dhhs.gov/program/CSE. Books about child abductions are at hashtag 362.7 hashtag 362.8297 or HV6598 at the library. NAMCA.com, North America Missing Children's Association. Travel.state.gov/CI Passport Alert, 202-736-7000. Travel.state.gov/children_s_issues, 202-736-7000. Travel.state.gov/PAF_print, 202-736-7000, can alert you if passport was applied for in your child's name. Download Passport Alert Form. Citizenship Appeals and Legal Assistance. Office of Passport SVCs. U.S. Department of State. 1425 K St. N.W. Number 300. Washington, D.C. 20522-1705. State.gov. National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. 2101 Wilson Boulevard. Number 550. Arlington, Virginia 22201. 800 The Lost. 703-235-4067. MissingKids.com. A free publication entitled Directory of Support Services and Resources for Missing and Exploited Children describes nonprofit or public support groups throughout the country dedicated to assisting missing and exploited children and their parents. Child Find Legal Mediation Program. POG 277. New Paltz, New York 12561. 800 A Way Out. Help for parents who kidnap their children. Parental Abduction Search Specialists. 3116 North Federal Highway. Number 194. Pompano Beach, Florida, 33064. 954-783-2304. Fax, 954-782-1947. ParentalAbduction.com. Pass at ParentalAbduction.com. Parents who have kidnapped their children. 800 A Way Out.